News Talk ZB with Chris Lynch. Good morning to you. Right, so chlorination is to blame for damage to hot water cylinders in Christchurch. The evidence has become all too clear. The man who pushed for this review, at least from an academic point of view, is Trevor Edwards. He is the Managing Director of Superheat Christchurch. And Trevor, good morning and thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Chris.
First of all, congratulations for getting this done. Let me just take you back to several months ago when you were noticing a lot of damage to hot water cylinders. Were there a specific type that you thought something's not right here, something's not adding up?
We thought initially that our marketing efforts were being fruitful and we're selling more product. But then once we realised that there was a significant increase in the demand, then we started to think that it was something to do with failures which were commonplace, but so many more than we expected. So we didn't actually see until June when there was the massive increase, and it escalated. More cylinders went out in July, more in August, and more in September. I don't know when it's going to finish because cylinders are still failing and all from the same cause.
Okay. When you say cylinders are failing, what do you specifically mean by that?
We're finding from failed cylinders pitting corrosion in the bottom dome. I did an inspection of about 40 cylinders several months ago, and it was very common that there were multiple pits in the bottom dome of the hot water cylinders. We had discussions with the council and they were doubtful whether chlorination was the cause. So I decided then to commission a report so that we had strong evidence that would say that it was the chlorination of the Christchurch water supply which has caused the significant failure rate of copper hot water cylinders.
So you commissioned this report, this study at University of Canterbury. Just outline for the audience today that are listening to this on the radio and watching on Facebook, what were the take-home messages that you thought are important that we need to know this morning?
The take-home messages are that chlorination of the Christchurch water supply has been the cause of significant hot water cylinders failures.
It's not good. I mean, this is not good news. In fact, this is appalling because Christchurch residents have had no choice.
Yes, I agree with that. I believe that over 2,000 cylinders over and above the normal failure rate have been replaced in the last 4 months. If we assume that the cost to the homeowner is around $1,500 or more to replace a cylinder, that is $3,000 which has been taken from Christchurch homeowners. That's more than the council has spent on their chlorination program.
Other plumbers are saying they believe this is the tip of the iceberg in terms of the amount or the number of cylinders that they're having to fix. What's your gut feeling on this, Trevor?
I believe that if chlorination stopped tomorrow, because of the damage already done due to pitting which has started, the problem will continue for a long time. The other issue, which is perhaps even more significant, is that we are seeing pitting in copper pipework. Copper pipework, which sits behind the wall, is unable to see if it's leaking until you find that the carpet is wet and it smells. So that's very expensive to replace pipework which sits behind the wall. And that's going to be an ongoing problem.
Trevor, I know that you and other representatives from the plumbing industry met with council officials probably about a month ago now. What was the response then? What did they tell you? Did you get the sense that they were on your side in terms of acknowledging that perhaps chlorine was an issue, or were they quite risk averse in their response?
Council is always risk averse. I suggested that we would look for the cause, hence the commission of the report through the University of Canterbury, and that report gives conclusive evidence that what has happened due to chlorination, what has happened from chlorination has been hot water cylinder failures.
Have you spoken to them since this report has been released from Canterbury University?
I've distributed it to the council and I'm waiting for them to call.
Do you believe then that homeowners and landlords may have quite a strong case to seek remedy in the form of financial compensation from the council, or is it too early to suggest that?
That's for other people to discuss.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations for starting this off. I know you and others have been trying to work behind the scenes to try and get clarity and to crystallise what I guess many of us already knew. And I thank you very much for your time this morning, Trevor.
Excellent.
Keep in contact. Good on you. It is News